real quick, I'm reading y'all's comments. I know I did that video earlier today about Bitpetite. Look, it's scary looking at this stuff. And I've seen someone's comments, well, aren't all these cryptos scary? Like, aren't we investing in all these things, taking a chance? Like, I know this is high risk, but aren't they all risky? And I'm like, yeah, you know, you got a point, but these things that are turn your money into turn your, not really your money, your coins, your cryptos into, this percentage per day or that percentage, that's just, I'm following these things, I'm hearing about them, and I want to cover two things in this video. I am reading today, because everyone's like, what about ETH Connect? ETH Connect's coming out. And I was just reading today, they're like, hey, wait a minute, they've got a fake team. On their page, they list these people's names, these Japanese guys. Someone found the guy's face, that's not even his name, that's somebody else. They reached out to the guy, is that you? He's like, no, I don't know who that is. So they like took this guy's picture, put it on their webpage as, hey, this is us, this is our team, this is our guy over here, and it's not even, it's a fake name, fake everything. So I'm like, oh my God. Do you guys remember when Cliff High said, get ready for the scams and the ICO scams and the crap coin, all this stuff, that there's going to be some problems later this year? Back in the very beginning of this year, he warned us. And I hear some of y'all asking, ask Cliff High what he thinks about this. I'm not asking Cliff High what he thinks about this. I know what Cliff High thinks about these kinds of things. Because I was telling him about Trader Daddy, that program that I used, I was telling you about in my other video. It's still up and functioning today, and he's like, man, they've got a place in Panama, and it's kind of, we don't know who really owns it, and man, you gotta be real careful with that stuff, Joe, man. I wouldn't, that seems pretty high risk for me. I don't know if I'd do that. He was telling me that, and I was on Trader Daddy. I'm like, well, it's working so far, and other people have been using it for quite a long time, actually, and I know a guy personally that's been using it, and it's still, I'm not using it today, as I said, because I'm playing with the cryptos and moving them around. I don't want them to sit over there, but it's been fine. But Cliff High is taking the right approach. If it's way too risky, I wouldn't recommend it. So I know if I tell Cliff High, which he probably may have already seen my video by now, Cliff, I got this thing called Bitpetite. He goes and looks it up. Even for a second, he's gonna say, Joe, that seems a little, a bit too risky for me to, no way. I already know he'd say that. And even if he reached out to me today, Joe, it does seem like crap. You shouldn't have gotten into that. I'm throwing literally a Hail Mary, right? Football. We need one more point to win. I'm throwing a Hail Mary out there. Hopefully one of my guys catches it and we win. This is a massively high risk. Again, I couldn't be more clear in my previous video. Super, super high risk. Yeah, I signed up. Hey, here's a link, referral link. Oh, I got a referral link? Like the other one I did, I forgot what the other one was. I got a referral link, use my referral link if you're going to do it. Like I said, I'm not telling you to do it. This is highly, highly risky stuff. I don't want you losing your stuff, believe me. And I said it then, but I'm still seeing a few comments. Oh, you're telling people. No, I'm not telling anybody. And I said, look, what if I do this, right? Because we've been through this one time before, if you recall, a while back, where I'm going to do something and I didn't really tell anybody, like, hey, I'm going to get into this thing, and I didn't tell anybody. And then they found out afterwards, you got to do that, what, and it was populous. And I'm like, well, yeah, kind of, I didn't tell you, I could have did a video last night, but I didn't. I just decided this morning I'll go ahead and do it without doing a video. You should have told us, because populous took off and was doing great. Boy, y'all chewed my butt on that one. I was like, oh, whoa, shoot. All right, I'm sorry, shoot. So here's something else with incredible potential, but extremely high risk. Of course, I'm going to tell my people what I'm doing in advance. With the notion, or the note here, I'll say it again for the millionth time. This is extremely high risky stuff, okay? But I'm doing it anyways. So I want to cover one thing here. This is actually the main reason I'm doing this video. If you put, because you can choose on this site, this Bitpetite site. Again, I got my link up on my last video to the side, the affiliate link, whatever. When you go in there, it says you can send us Bitcoin and receive back Bitcoin as payment, or Bitcoin receive back USD or something. I think it was one of the choices, or Ethereum to Ethereum back, or Ethereum to USD back, or something like that. So I'm thinking I don't want the USD nothing. I want, I don't want anything to do with like money, if you know what I mean. I want coins. These aren't currency. This isn't money. These are cryptos, and I want to keep it that way. So whenever I can make a move, I'm always trying to do, if I can, crypto to crypto, right? So I'm looking at the choices. Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin, they actually did already add Monero. Bitcoin's been very volatile lately. Very high move up, right? And I'm thinking if I put Bitcoin, even let's say one Bitcoin, because I was telling you I was going to put like 5K in there, which I end up putting 6.9K. I said, you know what? I've got 23 ETH sitting over here. Let me go throw that over there. What the hell? And I just had a moment of, you know what? Screw it. 5K, no, I got 23 sitting there collecting dust. Do it. Put it over there. ETH is not moving past 300. It's around 300. It's being, you know, Bitcoin on the other hand is jumping all over the place. Litecoin's even jumped quite a bit, up and then back down. I don't want a volatile coin for this thing. So I wouldn't put in Bitcoin into Bitpetite if you get into this. Again, high risk here, guys. Be very careful. Because if the volatility says, oh my gosh, Bitcoin's up to, you know, $8,000 already. Well, you're saying, well, I put mine into this for 6 weeks is what the thing says. Hell, by the time I got my returns back, so to speak, in cryptos, it's the same price as it was what my Bitcoin is at today anyways, if I would have just held on to it, right? So that kind of doesn't make sense, right? But Ethereum, on the other hand, isn't doing those kinds of moves. At least, you know, is it going to in the next 6 weeks? You know, looking back at the past here recently, I'd say no, but you never know. Litecoin's made some decent moves up and down. Again, not stable, and it's for me to want to do that. And not to mention, if Litecoin ends up jumping bigly, like Cliff talks about in his report, you know, saying that sometime in the near future we're going to hear some news on this, it's going to make Litecoin go way up. I don't want my Litecoin tied up into Bitpetite or whatever, or even the other one, BitConnect, the one that everyone's telling me, no, that was the solid one, Joe, you should get into that one. And you know, I might actually do it. I'm not today or tomorrow, whatever, but I'm going to think that over. If I can jump on Bitpetite and BitConnect is actually working, that's great. But someone also did comment and said, yeah, but they reinvest Bitcoin. And he said, just an FYI, looking at the price of where Bitcoin moved from previously to now, in 1 month, I could have held on to the Bitcoin and made just as much so-called profit as their thing did, which is another valid point. But once Bitcoin stabilizes for a little while, that thing will make you the money over there on BitConnect, I guess. So bottom line is there's a bunch of these different platforms coming out, and that one's got a fake team, and this one's got, you know, oh my God, I don't even know what the hell's going on with all these things. I used to, you know, up just regular Bitcoin, then now I have to expand my horizons because I can see where this is going. I got to focus on Ethereum. There's this thing called Dash Coin. Let's talk about that. Litecoin, you know, let's talk about all these things. And that's what I talk about these days. We've got ICOs coming out. Great ideas still. I've got a couple I'm about to talk about in the near future. One's another interview coming up. Some interesting, cool stuff in the ICO space. But again, in the meantime, there's different avenues of revenue. So I'm like, okay, well, what the hell? I'll throw some in there, see what happens. With the understanding, in this case, this is the most riskiest thing, not even in crypto world, in my entire life I've ever done. And I'll be honest, like I commented to somebody, I was kind of hoping only maybe a tiny handful at best of you decided, yeah, Joe, I'm going to ride this boat with you and I'll use your link, buddy. And there's quite a number of you who have used my link and said, F it, I'm going to try it too. And I'm just thinking, oh my God, we're all in this massive risk. We are all in this massive risky thing. But I thought, if I didn't say anything, and this thing pans out, hey guys, I put 6,900 or whatever, what is 23 ETH today into it, and 6 weeks later, sure as crap, I got back the 33 ETH that it said I would essentially get. I've made the returns daily, as a matter of fact. 6 weeks, boom, here it is. Y'all are going to say, Joe, man, why didn't you tell us about that? That's kind of like BitConnect, man, you know, and I'm going to get my butt chewed out again. Which is why I do these videos. And I seen one guy, you're losing credibility, I'm unsubscribing. This has nothing to do with credibility. This has 100% to do with absolutely beyond insane monkey mind risk with the potential of this huge reward. This is no different. Literally, think about this. How many people go multiple times a week or once a week or whatever their little pattern is, gotta play that lotto, and they just putting a couple bucks in, 20 bucks, 20 bucks, whatever numbers they can come up with as far as cash. Lotto. With what chance of winning? 1 in, you know, a billion. 1 in 300 million chance. But that's okay. High risk to you're guaranteed to lose your money in the lotto with getting, oh, I finally broke even. Yeah, but how much did you pay over the last 6 months? Oh, well, in that case, I lost. Exactly. I asked Frank, my buddy at work. Frank, he does it all the time. Oh, I got this one at home. I got $500. I got turned in there. I got five. You got that much money sitting there you haven't cashed in on in lotto? He goes, yeah, and put the scratch offs and stuff. Oh, so do you win mostly? Nah. Are you up now? Nope. I probably lose more than I've actually gained. Sometimes I break even. Okay, he's trying to hit the big one, right? Don't we all? And it's something to do, whatever. People have their little things, whatever. So I'm looking at this that way. Well, people throw away money in the approved lottery, but I can't take 23 of my ETH and dump into something that is extremely high risk with, believe it or not, because people are already collecting, much more probability of actually collecting than freaking winning the lottery. You got to put a different perspective sometimes, right? So again, I'll say it again. This is high risk stuff. I would never even come out here and, like I said in my last video, normally and come out and be like, oh, hey guys, check this out. This is not normal. This is a Hail Mary pass. And I strategically chose ETH to put into this account for the reasons I just discussed. Not Bitcoin, not Litecoin. I don't have any Monero, honestly, and even if I did, I don't know if I'd throw it into this anyways. I felt like the more stable token right now, or coin, in this case, crypto, is Ethereum. So if anything's going to gain me extra of it, in this case 23 ETH becoming 33 allegedly in 6 weeks, we're going to find out. And I'm seeing a bunch of comments in my own video. Hey Joe, I've been in this 2 months ago, dude. Been collecting the whole time. Oh, I'm also in BitConnect. I'm collecting there too. Hey man, call me. I want to talk. I'm in several of these. Call me. Got an email a minute ago. I haven't called the guy yet. So again, these are the kind of comments I was seeing on other YouTube channels and some of the forums, and I've seen a couple of the videos of, oh, it's a this is classic Ponzi. I saw that before I did my video. I told you that. And you guys are sending me essentially the same, well, one person, the same video I already saw. I didn't link the video I saw because I'd already closed it out at the time, but I clicked on the link. Hey, that's the one I watched earlier. And I get it, you know, it makes sense. But I'm just like, but whatever they're doing with our tokens, behind the scenes, they're doing something and giving us some return, whatever. So, like I said, you can't get married to this stuff. Get in, make your profit, pull out, do something. Oh, man, hey, there's a couple new ICOs that just came out. Oh, really? What are they? Oh, I've been in this thing 6 weeks. Let me cash out. Cash out. Maybe you're in BitConnect. Cash out, get in the ICO. Let that puppy sit over in the corner. Oh, it's starting to make money now. Great, right? I'm like I talked to you guys about throwing mud on the wall as my little analogy. You know, throwing some cryptos on the ICO. So I'm throwing some ETH at the ICOs. Well, looks good. I'm putting some on there. Put some on there. Put some on there. Okay. Plus, I've got the 3 main coins: Bitcoin, Ethereum, Litecoin. Okay, I'm good there. OMG, Cliffy, it's a gamble. I'm gonna go for that one. He says so. EOS, super duper gamble. Like I said, this is another kind of a Hail Mary. I didn't go crazy with that one either, and I told you guys, EOS, maybe by next year it'll be crazy awesome, or it'll start to get to the point where it's gonna start making those kind of moves. Who knows? That was I told you up front, it's a Hail Mary pass on that one. It's just strictly speculative bet, nothing more, nothing less. But this one, oh my goodness. It's the riskiest thing I've ever done in my life. Like I said, I was almost hoping that practically nobody, or maybe just a few of you, you know, a few of you crazy ones out there, I'll get in this. I'm gonna do the same thing, J-Snip. And I'm looking at quite a number of people hitting my link, affiliate link, in it, because I can see the stat. Oh, there's 4 more, there's 5 more, there's another one, there's 2 more. And I'm thinking, oh shoot, we're literally we were in this together. We're all in this together. You only live once. You only live once. And as I said, I'm using profit from other crypto things like Veritasium, etc., to throw at this. And someone said, oh, well, you're going to look back and say, you know, that 6.9 or 6,000 whatever dollars, $6,900, coulda, shoulda, woulda done this. You could have done this with that. And I said, well, I've actually already done that. I've already been through that and have done those. Let me get into that crypto. Let me throw some at EOS. Let me put some over there. So I've done that. What else am I going to do? So I'm like, you know, I'm not putting 69K into it. I'm putting 6.9K into it. A little different, right? I can afford to lose this. If I didn't have those profits before, ain't a chance in hell. Listen to me. Not a chance in hell I'd have thrown $6,900 at this one today. Even if it turns out great, and oh my gosh, guys, 6 weeks, hey, remember that video I did? Good, so I'm gonna cash out today, check this out, right? Even if that happens, if I have like 6.9K in my hand, I'm like, what can I do with this? It ain't gonna be go all in on this thing. That's just too much risk. I'm gonna say, Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, sit back. Oh, I made some profit, take that profit. Oh, ICO, right? Like I've been doing, essentially. So anyways, I want to just clear up a couple things, because I realized in my first video, and I didn't know this in my first video, by the way, which is why I'm doing the second video, that a strategic way to play this, if you're going to get into this Bitpetite thing I'm talking about, I would recommend just using Ethereum, as opposed to Bitcoin or even Litecoin. Unless Litecoin remains stable for the next 6 weeks. Bitcoin may not, and you can already see 6,000, 5,800, 57, it's still bouncing. So you kind of want a stable coin to put into something like this. That way the returns are super legitimate back. You know, they were worth $300 today each, and when I got them back, it was right around the same price anyways, but I got a bunch more than I put in, kind of a thing, right? So that's it. I just want to talk for a minute about that. Again, I'm going to stress it. This is a very, very, very high risk thing. I would not normally tell people to get into this, but it has nothing to do with my credibility. Stop with this nonsense. You're drinking haterade, is what you're doing, whoever's posting this nonsense. This is not credibility. This is, hey, I'm playing the lottery today. You guys want to join this lottery? Because people are already winning, and I'm looking at them all over the internet commenting about them winning. I want to try to win, with the understanding that it may end, and I lose. So, that's all. Take care.